Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in and welcome to Smokepit Fairytales. Now this is a novel about the Marine Corps back in the 2000s, born in the bullshit, the dark humor, and the people who made it worth it. Now this is not a memoir or a tell-all. You're not going to hear crap about, Navy SEALs busting into North Korea with sea bags full of grenades or anything like that, or how I took out Osama bin Laden with a toothpick during afternoon chow. This is fiction, though it is built on a certain reality that a lot of us live through. And I'm not sanitizing anything for you here. There's plenty of Lance Corporal shitbaggery and alien women. Ancient secrets, and a guy getting a NAM when he should have just gotten a CERCOM. One of those is a lie. Anyway, fair warning up front, there's a lot of colorful language in this, so don't maybe listen to it at work. Probably don't blast it in the car with kids in the back. You've been warned. But I put this together with the help of some of my friends and some other awesome people I've met along the way doing this kind of thing for a minute. Anyway, we all did a bang-up job, if I don't say so myself. And all right, without further ado, here it is. I'll see you after the show.
Smokepit Fairytales by Trip Ainsworth. Chapter 1. The Purple Church. How damn long is this patrol gonna be? I thought as the sand crunched under my boot. Fuck Nowzad, fuck Sangin, and fuck Afghanistan. The sun melted my platoon as we walked along the wadi. My legs ached from carrying about 100 pounds of ammunition over the last week. I didn't even bother looking at the ground anymore. If I step on an IED, at least I'll be done carrying this bullshit. How fucking long have I been here? The further away from the fob we walked, the more the sand transitioned into a fine powder. Moon dust is what we called it. A cloud of dirt trailed the patrol, bathing us in a golden light as the day soon gave way to twilight and the sun set over the mountains. The sight was beautiful, but the call to prayer made things eerily quiet. We circled Sangin's outskirts. The moon rose. The mud huts seemed to grow into towers of steel. The Afghans watched us from a distance. Their skin was rotten. They treated us in the same regard as they would a wild animal in their fields. A hint of fear, but mostly indifference. Sergeant Fowler stopped the patrol and we bedded down for the night. I dropped my pack and pulled out my poncho. It was still too hot for a sleeping bag. I left my boots on and curled up with my rifle. I tried to think of Satin and her beautiful eyes. It would help me sleep. I dreamed of the beach and the day we met. As I dozed into the realm between sleep and awake, I felt something under my poncho with me. I ripped the blanket away. A demon was on top of me. His beard was long and dark, covering a feral gaze. His skin tighter than wet leather, and his eyes pierced my soul. The monster released an evil screech from his dragon-like mouth. Ah! I screamed myself awake, wearing only a thin layer of sweat in my tattoos. I scanned the room. I was in my girlfriend's bed in Oceanside.
Baby, are you all right?
Kennedy grogged, turning her face to me in bed. Yeah, I just had a nightmare. I put my head back on the pillow.
Back in Afghanistan?
Something like that. I waited for Kennedy to fall back asleep. When I was sure she was off in her Persian dreamland, I put on my patch jacket and jeans and slipped outside. I lit a Lucky and texted Doc to come get me for breakfast. Doc's blue 1972 Mustang pulled around the corner of Wisconsin Avenue a few minutes after the sun broke the mountain's crest. I fell into the passenger seat. "Sup, Doc?"
Not much, man.
He said as the engine roared and we shot down the street. I tried to shake the memory of the nightmares, Satin, and demons. "What do you think would happen if we were invaded by aliens?" I asked, looking at the trees passing us through the window.
You mean like that one?
Doc pointed to a grotesquely overweight Latina in spandex pants, which clung for dear life around her flabs. "Nah, like greening from Mars or something. The truth is out there kind of aliens. That fat bitch right there needs to be eaten by wolves."
Yeah. How do you let yourself go like that?
She probably got that way eating extra food from the 76 cats she keeps in her house and laying around reading Twilight instead of doing something productive. Like killing herself.
You ever pinned a hog like that before?
Listen, I'll jump on a grenade for a friend now and again, but that doesn't mean I go trolling the circus.
Is that why you like the Purple Church so much?
Hey, now Kennedy's fucking hot. I defended my girlfriend. Just because they have to ask you for tips doesn't mean it's not a classy establishment. Doc looked over at me.
Dude, the dress code allows for sweatpants. And hey, our girlfriends work there, and they're hot.
On the outside, Doc, those bitches have twisted souls.
Hey now, Reagan's not that bad.
Doc, you couldn't even say that with a straight face because you knew you were fucking lying.
We should go see them tonight.
Well, why the hell wouldn't we? Reagan and Kennedy were part of the presidential entourage at the local strip joint. Kennedy, Nixon, Reagan, and Bush's ensemble had a patriotic show they put on Sunday nights. for the troops. The Purple Church was the trashiest strip club I'd ever seen, at least in the States. When the girls were done dancing, they'd walk around the room and come up to your table and ask you if you watched them dance and stand there until you gave them money to leave. I'm not saying that the girls there weren't attractive, but I'd seen more class in a Thailand whorehouse. You know what time they go on?
No, man. Ask them.
I sent Kennedy a text and put my phone back in my patch jacket. We cruised down Highway 101 through Oceanside. The town was a palace built out of 1950s nightlife and surf riding that the citizens neglected to care for over the last 60 years. The movie theater had stickier floors than a Hong Kong porno shop, and the bars were dusty and run down. The civilians were either burnouts or punks sporting their swag, and everywhere you went, there were roaming packs of Marines, still in infantry school with their overly motivated backpacks and high-end sights. The restaurants were all right. Doc pulled the Mustang into the 101 Cafe's parking lot. The white building had a bright red roof and big bay windows. The tabletops and counters were stainless steel, all with red trim. It was a true old-fashioned burger and shake place. Oceanside's history hung in black and white photos on the walls. Some were of the restaurants from as far back as the 30s. We sat in a booth by the window.
Hey, Trouble.
The waitress put down a coffee for me. Hey, what's going on, Rochelle?
How you know? Living the life.
She said as she pulled out her notepad.
Know what you want yet? Maybe start you off with a drink?
She asked Doc.
Wait, why'd you bring him a coffee and not me?
Because he comes in here 5 times a week and always orders the same thing.
I grinned at Doc like an asshole. Doc gave me an unamused glance. What?
Nothing.
Doc put down the menu and looked up at Rochelle.
So you have to put up with his shit as much as I do.
Yeah, but he tips well.
Just a tip?
Ha ha, very funny. You gonna order anything?
Doc scanned the menu.
Yeah, give me a Denver omelet.
Coffee?
Please.
Rochelle disappeared behind the counter. I stirred cream into my coffee, blurting out the first random thought that came into my head. I want an M16 that shoots burning cigarettes at people.
How would that work?
I don't know, some mechanism that lets me jam a pack of Luckies into the well instead of a magazine and a lighter inside of the receiver.
And that would work how?
I don't know, fucking science, dude. Rochelle placed Doc's coffee on the table.
You two need anything else?
No, thank you.
Speaking of that, I think I should quit smoking.
Really, Doc? I threw my spoon on the table. That's a fucking terrible idea.
How is quitting smoking a terrible idea?
That's how you end up homeless.
Hank, what in the fuck are you talking about?
Think about it, man. First, you quit smoking, but you don't just quit smoking, you wean yourself down. You don't buy any smokes, you just bum them off people, so you have this illusion of quitting because you're not buying any. Then you do the same thing with beer. Then you rent. Then you're sleeping on someone's couch smoking reburns and looking drops of High Life out of bottles in an alleyway. Next thing you know, you're under a bridge giving up blowjobs to hobos for sandwiches so you don't starve to death, all because you wanted to quit smoking.
That better be a damn good sandwich.
Suck the right dick and you can get a double bacon with cheese.
Maybe that wouldn't be too bad then.
Rochelle walked up with our food.
Call me if you need anything else.
I opened a pack of jelly and smeared it on my toast.
I think she wants your dick.
Doc, I leaned in closer to him. They all want my dick.
All of them.
Oh yeah, they just don't know it yet.
Yeah, that's definitely not something a serial rapist would say.
Just because I banged a chick that looked like the leprechaun from the Lucky Charms box does not mean I'm a serial rapist.
What?
It's not rape if she's on top.
Why do I take you into public?
Because you need mobile entertainment. I poured the grits over my eggs. Did I ever tell you about that time I dressed up like a pirate and Dick dressed up like a ninja and we got foam swords and had a duel at the barracks?
Nah, how'd that go?
And we ended up accidentally pushing the A duty down the stairs and got free barbecue from some dudes on third deck.
Cool story, bro. Now shut up.
Doc started to chew his food.
Do you think leprechaun shit is rainbow colored?
No, but it tastes like Skittles.
How do you know that?
Well, you see...
Wait, I don't want to know.
You remember that redhead though, right?
Midget with the short hair?
She wasn't a midget.
She was like 4'10".
Anyway, she took me to her parents' place while I was on leave one time. Her mom needed her for something, so she stepped out of the room, leaving me with her dad. This guy has the audacity to ask me this stupid-ass question, and keep in mind, his daughter's like 25 at the time. He says, "So have you been playing hide the salami with my daughter?" Now, I don't have much tolerance for dumb people, and I give stupid answers to stupid questions, so I lean in and I said, "No, sir, it's more like a Vienna sausage. It's only 2 inches long, but I have 8 of them."
Yeah, that's funny. Hey, I thought of something.
Thinking's dangerous, Doc.
Well, you know how both of us are half Indian?
Yep.
That means between us, we're a whole Native American.
Yeah, but that also means we're a whole white guy.
Yeah, never mind.
It's whatever, but it proves that we're racists. I mean, if you're black and proud, you're a proud black man, and if you're proud and Mexican, you're a proud Mexican, and if you're proud and white, you're part of the fucking clan.
That is kind of fucked up.
We stacked our dishes and napkins on the table. I tossed Doc a 20 and told him I was going to go smoke. I walked outside, flipped open my lighter, and lit it at the end of my cigarette. I loved that first cigarette after breakfast. It always was the best one of the day, especially in the cool California mornings. It's the small things that make life livable. Doc came out, lit his smoke, and leaned on his car.
What you want to do now?
I got a text from Kennedy saying they're going on at stage 8, then some bitching about me leaving before she woke up. Whatever.
Then we have the whole day to kill.
Yep.
Want to just drive for a bit?
We loaded into the Mustang and hit the 101 going south. That was the best road to just cruise. Heading out after Encinitas, the highway lies just off the beach. You can watch the surfers ride the waves and look at the women bouncing around in their sexy little California bikinis from the road. Through the other small towns, the bars and buildings are decorated with mild extravagance that says, yes, this is SoCal. I hope you came to party. We drove down to where the 101 started to narrow out towards San Diego and turned around. You know, it'd be a great movie.
If they remade Lord of the Rings, but a Predator stalked the Fellowship?
Dude, that would be good, but that wasn't what I was thinking. Okay, so check this out. I turned to my seat to face Doc. There's a Marine in Afghanistan, and he's always in these really bloody firefights, and everyone around him gets hurt, but he always gets away unscratched, and I snapped my fingers in an effort to remember. Do you remember those dogs back in Afghanistan?
The fucking lichens?
Yeah, those. Anyway, at the end of the deployment, he gets mauled by one of these fucking things.
Would you get a Purple Heart for that?
I wouldn't think so, unless the dog had on a suicide vest. But anyway, the Marines battalion goes home and they have the ball right before post-deployment leave. Then it turns out the night of the ball is the first full moon since they got home, and the guy turns into a werewolf and attacks the first sergeant and gets busted down to private.
Man, no one would go see that.
I would.
Yeah, but you're a deranged fuck.
And you're not.
I'm not saying I'm not, but no one would see that movie. Unless Keanu Reeves was in it.
Keanu Reeves can eat my dick.
No, man! Keanu Reeves is immortal!
That doesn't mean he can't eat a dick. Doc glared at me. He'd like it too. Doc looked back at the road.
Negative devil dog.
Don't you fucking devil dog me, squid.
Keanu is phenomenal, spiritual, visceral, unstoppable. He's an amazing, immortal demigod of acting. Keanu can surf, man.
Yeah, whatever, Doc. Brad Pitt would own him. Hands down. Pitt would scalp that motherfucker.
No, Pitt has never jumped sideways while firing a pistol at bad guys.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, how about that, jackass?
Regardless, no. Reeves wins.
No, Brad Pitt would take him into a basement and burn Reeves' skin with bath soap and carve a swastika in his face, then tell Keanu, there is no Brad Pitt. Then disappear into nothing.
They're not the same person, fucker.
No, Brad Pitt is the real-life Highlander.
Whatever, man.
I put the cherry of my cigarette into the skin of my forearm, all the while staring Doc down as the smell of burning flesh filled the cab. Doc pulled out the cigarette lighter under the radio and put it to his wrist. He took turns between staring at me and the road. We burnt daggers into each other's eyes until Doc swore and threw the lighter out the window.
Fine, fucker, you win! Ugh.
We drove the wild streets of San Diego County until the sun fell from the red sky into the Pacific. Doc killed the engine in the Purple Church's parking lot. We walked in and sat in the dark violet electric sex lights of the strip joint. Doc and I ordered stouts. The girls were on stage, shaking their asses in front of the mirrors, charming the dirty old men of the crowd. Hey, Doc, have you had that black lager? Doc leaned back into his seat.
Nah, man. I want it so bad, but I can't find it anywhere.
It's good.
I've heard. Oh, but a few weekends ago, I was at the liquor store and I saw this big old black guy. He was dressed head to toe in this full Carhartt getup. Boots, coveralls, sweatshirt, gloves, and beanie. I was like, WTF. He walked over to the beer cooler and grabbed a six-pack of the stout draft. Then, when he talked, he had this huge cartoon smile and a thick Jamaican accent.
Doc, what the fuck racist bullshit are you talking about?
I wonder if he was just fucking around.
So what you're saying is black people can't drink stout?
That is not what I'm saying.
You're a fucking racist.
Fuck off.
Well, you know what I think's funny, Doc? I calmly drank my beer, staring at Kennedy's breast on the stage.
What's that?
Doc asked, not taking his eyes away from the stage either. All these presidents were dirty old white guys, and none of these chicks are even a quarter fucking white.
Yeah.
Doc nodded his head.
Yeah.
Doc pointed to the girls.
They don't even look like the people that whatever president they're pretending to be messed with.
Right? I mean, I could understand if there was a fat white chick named Clinton, or if Kennedy looked like Marilyn Monroe.
Or if Bush was Arabic, or even had a giant, unkept hairy snatch.
Well, who's to say she doesn't? They don't let them take off their panties.
Reagan told me that most of the girls keep it pretty clean down there.
That's another one. Reagan. What does a short Filipino stripper have to do with Star Wars, the fall of the Soviet Union, or fucking Reaganomics?
What does a big-tittied Persian have to do with the Bay of Pigs, getting shot in the fucking back of the head, or assassination conspiracies?
Well, I call her pig when I choke fuck her.
So what is Nixon?
I don't know. I squinted my eyes to get a better look at her. Maybe she's...
Unfuckable?
not without a hell of a lot more beer anyway. I finished my drink. Did George Bush ever do anything with Mongolians? I think that's what Bush is.
I don't think so, man.
Doc and I had a few more beers throughout the show. The girls rubbed on each other and shimmied about the stage. When the routine was over, the girls sauntered around the club asking the other patrons if they liked their dances and solicited tips. Their gratuity patrol came to the completion and Bush and Nixon went back behind the doors. Kennedy and Reagan came out and sat with us.
You enjoy the show?
Kennedy asked. Not really. I took a drink.
You're such an asshole.
Kennedy pushed me. Well, I mean, you got stiff competition, right? I looked over to Doc for testimony.
Yeah, like in Hong Kong.
What happens in Hong Kong?
Reagan inquired.
Well, they have banana shows there.
What's that?
I motioned peeling a banana and spreading my legs.
Gross. I don't want details.
Oh, Doc, you remember the bird show?
Yeah.
The bird show.
What's a bird show?
Doc made a bird with his hands. This woman took a fucking blue jay and stuck the whole bird up in her snatch. The girls had an abhorrent look on their faces. Then he shoots the bird out and it flies around the room.
Oh, then there's another girl with pool balls? She'd put 5 balls in her pussy. Each one has a number on it. And then she would ask you what number you wanted, and she'd pop it out!
That shit was awesome. I confirmed Doc's story.
There's no way I'd ever do that.
Well, how much money do they make?
Kennedy slapped Reagan's leg.
Reagan? There's no amount of money.
Says the stripper. Is what I wanted to say, but I also wanted to have sex that night, so I kept my mouth closed. Hey, so speaking of pay for lust, shouldn't people be shoving cash into your knickers instead of you having to go around asking for it? I smiled up at Kennedy. She grabbed my beer and took a long swig.
Well, if California wasn't run by a bunch of left-wing socialist fags, maybe I wouldn't have that problem.
Kennedy was born a few years after her parents immigrated from Iran. She was a tall, dark, beautiful lynx with long dark hair and black holes that not even gravity could escape her eyes. Her skin was the perfect shade of caramel. Well, I've got something I'd like to stash in your undergarments. Kennedy smiled and shook her head.
So, what are you two troublemakers getting yourselves into tonight?
I don't know. I was thinking about maybe robbing a bank and using that money to buy cocaine, then snorting the blow off a stripper's ass. Maybe kill a few hookers.
Well, that sounds like a solid plan.
Reagan sneered. Doc put his hand on Reagan's thigh.
Well, you're both invited if you want to join.
Or, how about El Taco instead?
Kennedy suggested. If we can do a cigarette first. I used my teeth to pull a Lucky out of the pack. The girls stood up.
We'll meet you up front. Let's go get dressed, Ray.
Aw, you're not going out dressed like that?
Sorry, hun.
Reagan rubbed Doc's balding head. The girls walked into the back. Doc and I went out front and lit up.
It's just as well they won't go out dressed like that.
What?
Well, I mean, do you really want them walking around like that, having other assholes ogle them?
Dude, they're fucking strippers.
Yeah, but...
But what? Their job's to be ogled by creepy, dirty old men who can't get laid and have money shoved in their thongs.
It's not just guys who can't get laid. What about people who just want to look at some titties?
Doc, you're an idiot. Who wants to watch tits shake around when they can get their dicks wet? If prostitution were legal, no one would go to strip clubs. Just be happy that your little Filipino girl isn't an actual Filipino stripper. Doc took another drag.
Right. Because of the whole banana thing. And $5 blowjobs.
That, and she's not a 12-year-old boy in a dress.
Oh god, that'd be terrible.
Oh, shut up, Doc. You're so head over heels about that bitch, you'd suck her dick if she had one.
Fuck you, man.
Doc punched me in the chest. I jumped on Doc and rustled one of his arms away from him. Tell me you love Brad Pitt!
Fuck you! Brad Pitt sucks!
Doc tried to wiggle away. I shoved the hot end of my cigarette into his skin. See it!
Never!
I ground the cigarette in harder.
Alright! I love Brad Pitt.
I got off Doc and helped him stand back up.
You're a dick.
Yeah, but I'm the best friend you're ever gonna have.
It's nice you're so fucking modest.
Doc rubbed his burn. We patted ourselves off and lit more cigarettes. The girls came out and we loaded into Doc's Mustang and blazed down to El Taco. We walked into the dingy grease hole of an eatery that was El Taco. The floors looked like at one time they were white, but now were a dark yellowish brown, and the windows were in a serious need of cleaning. The place was empty except for a crazy homeless-looking woman sitting in the corner, folding paper bags and talking to herself. We ordered food and sat down. Reagan took a bite of her burrito, and a hunk of beef-greased bean paste fell onto her shirt. Doc tried to say something, but couldn't manage more than a mumble because of the food he had stuffed in his mouth. Reagan grabbed a napkin and started wiping the goo off her blouse.
Dude, English.
Reagan told him.
Sorry.
Kennedy bowed towards Doc.
Enunciate.
Doc swallowed his food.
Fuck you both. I was trying to say that reminds me of a story.
Trying is the key word there.
Reagan said, still working on her top. Her efforts were spreading the stain more than they were cleaning it up.
When I was 16, I was dating this chick named Allison.
Oh, yeah, Doc, great story. Doc glared at me.
She was 18 and I met her at a party. After we had been dating for a bit, she said she wanted to use anal beads.
Reagan gave him a dirty look.
On you?
No. Hell no. She wanted me to use them on her.
Yeah, okay, sure. Go on with your sorry ass story.
Anyway, she goes to a sex shop and buys these anal beads. She brings them to her house and we take them to her room. She takes off her clothes and sits up on the bed with her legs spread. I start popping them in one by one.
Doc made a gesture with his hand to illustrate.
Then, when they were all in there, being the sexual boot that I was,
Doc jerked his fist downward.
I pulled them all out like I was trying to start a lawnmower, and shit flew all over the place.
Reagan dropped her burrito on the table.
Ugh, yeah, I'm done.
Thank you for listening to Chapter 1 of Smokepit Fairytales. We'll be trying to drop a new chapter every Wednesday, so tune in for more. Or if you don't want to wait for me to read this to you, you can just go get the book. I would suggest Amazon because that's where it's the cheapest and where I get the most of a cut. So it's better for both of us if you get it there. Now, there is an audiobook version of this out there already on Audible, but it is not this version. Now, the old one's fine, but I didn't quite know what I was doing as far as audio production goes when I made it. So that's why I'm redoing this one. Best foot forward, you know. And this one will be up on Audible once I'm done with it. But right now, I think I'm on chapter 11 or 12, 13 or 14, somewhere around there. A little more than halfway done. But it'll be up on Audible once it's done. But if you want to listen to those chapters, I do put these up on Patreon as soon as I'm done with them. And then YouTube members get these as soon as I upload them to YouTube instead of, just waiting until Wednesdays. Plus, both of those groups get their name and the credits of these videos. And that's the same for the people that get the Warchest. And the Warchest is the box set of these books. They'll fit in there nice and slick. But yeah, they come signed, custom painted ammo can. And that comes with, postcards with some art on it, some stickers, and an embroidered patch. So you can start your own patch jacket. And then also everyone who gets a Warchest gets a pin and the big map for it. Trying to get one of these out to every state. Some states have more cows than they do people, and as much as I am trying to get the cows to read, their hooves don't let them get on the phone. Also, I started a Substack, which is basically my newsletter. And if you're not familiar with Substack, the way that works is it kind of works like a newsletter, but you don't have to sign in for it. Like, you can just give it your email, and then my newsletter will come to you, which is going to come in handy because I have a tendency to get nuked off these channels a lot. I think I'm on my 5th Facebook, maybe my 3rd Instagram this decade. My TikTok just got deleted a couple weeks ago, so that's 100,000 followers down the drain. And this is actually my 2nd YouTube channel for these books. First one got zapped for violating community standards or guidelines or whatever you call them. And all I was doing was reading a damn book. So yeah, that probably tells you what kind of story you're in for. Anyway, hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think of this new format. Because last time it was just, the audio over a blank slate. I mean, not a blank slate, it was like an image of what was going on. But now that you're getting something to look at, how do you feel about it? Because this is the direction we're going now. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. And here are your bloopers. You should have some bloopers. All right, I'll catch you around. Ciao.
All right. Smokepit Fairytales, Chapter 1, The Purple Church, round fucking 2. We'll see how it's done this time. All right.
You ever pinned a ha like that before? You ever pinned a ha? Aha? G's don't exist.
We walked into the dingy grease hole of an eatery that was El Taco. The floors looked like at one time they had been white, but were now dark. We walked into the dingy greasery.
That was terrible. Yeah, give me a Denver omelet. There was like a V in there. Do you think leprechaun shit is rainbow colored? That was delivery. Do you think leprechaun shit is rainbow colored? Mouthful of food. Doc started to chew his food. Do you think leprechaun shit is rainbow colored?